Why is you taking a picture of me? Don't take no picture of me. I will press charges against you.
We're going to confiscate your camera if you take a picture.
Have a nice day,
Go to
sir.
room 106 and talk to Brett O'Rourke, okay?
No, I don't need to talk to anybody. If you're saying that an order exists, you should.
An order does exist.
Issued by whom?
By the presiding judge.
And you can't produce it.
Go on over there. Ask them.
Even if there is an order, it doesn't apply to people in public. I'm not going to argue either.
We're going to confiscate your camera if you take a picture. And then you can go talk to
You have no authority to do that. You're private security.
As the footage from my previous video shows, Officer Mann referred me to Brett O'Rourke, Facilities Manager of the Sonoma County Court, in order to obtain a copy of the purported order prohibiting photography outside of the Civil and Family Courthouse. Prior to my follow-up visit to the courthouse, I spoke with Mr. O'Rourke via telephone. Mr. O'Rourke clearly indicated that there is no judge's order prohibiting photography, and that the only regulations regarding photography are contained within the local court rules. The local court rules clearly indicate that photography and video taken outside of courthouse entrances is not prohibited, provided that it does not obstruct pedestrian traffic or compromise security.
You have your paperwork?
Well, I spoke.
Yes or no?
Sir, I spoke to Brett O'Rourke about an hour ago.
You have paperwork.
Sir, would you let me finish?
Sure.
There is no order. I talked to Brett O'Rourke. He said the only thing that applies is local rules. I have a copy of those local rules. It specifically says...
Don't take any pictures yet, okay?
Oh, sure.
All right, don't take any pictures.
I'd be happy to talk to anyone you'd like to talk to me.
I'll call. And if he says yes, I don't have an issue with it. The only thing I have an issue with
Okay.
is if you take pictures of that front door.
Okay.
Okay? If you take pictures of that sign, I'm okay with that. But not the front door.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so don't take any pictures until I get the authority from Brett.
I can call him right now.
No,
I
so
just
can
spoke to him. Okay.
I got my phone right there, so don't take any pictures yet. Okay, Mr. O'Rourke is not answering his phone at this time, so like I said, you can take pictures of the building, but do not take any pictures of the main entrance of the doorway until we get confirmation from Brett. Because it is a breach of our security if you're taking pictures of the main entrance of this building.
Local court rules, sir.
I have local court rules.
21.3, item 5. Except as limited in rule 21.3 above, photographing or recording at or near entrances to any court facility or location is not prohibited, but such media coverage shall not obstruct pedestrian traffic or compromise security.
Well, it is breaking our security.
How so?
Because we don't want our pictures taken.
Okay, that's
breaking our security.
That's not a compromise of security.
Okay, well, just don't
sir.
take any pictures of the main entrance of the doorway, okay? Until we get confirmation of Mr. Brett O'Rourke authorizing it to be taken.
I'd like to speak with the deputy, please.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you this morning?
All right. So, what's the camera for, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm this person taking pictures out in public, and let me explain a little bit if I could,
Okay.
please. Okay. So I was here maybe like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and I just wanted to take a couple pictures of the courthouse. And I was advised by the gentleman I just spoke with, I think his name is Officer Mann, and one of those gentlemen, I don't know his name. And I was
One of the security guards.
Yeah,
Okay.
two security guards, and after that, Deputy Vivian, but I'll get to that momentarily. So I spoke to them briefly, and they said that there were no pictures allowed at the courthouse at all. I asked if this was public property. They said no, it's owned by Empire College. I said okay, fine, I could take a picture from the sidewalk. They threatened to confiscate my camera if I did that. Okay, now When Deputy Vivian came over to talk to me, he said, no, you can take pictures over there just fine, no problem. I was advised by Officer Mann to follow up with Brett O'Rourke,
Right.
facilities manager at the court.
Okay.
All right. I just spoke to him this morning.
Okay.
I told him that the officer that I spoke with, again, the security officer, said that there was an order from the presiding judge prohibiting photography outside the courtroom. Mr. O'Rourke denied that flat out. He said all that applies is local rules. I have a copy of those local rules right here.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Please.
Why are you doing it?
I'm a journalist working on a story, and the story is about how security guards abuse their authority.
Okay. My problem with it, if you will,
Please go ahead.
is that you have the people coming in and out of the courthouse, and this intimidates them. That's my problem with it. How would you like it if you're going in there, because this is family law and conservatorship law and probate. Some pretty private stuff.
Okay.
So how would you feel if you were coming in and out of the courtroom to file a divorce and your other half doesn't know it or anything like that, and somebody's filming it? It would kind of make them a little nervous and a little weary of going in. The other problem that we have, and I'm not saying this is you because I don't know you, I'm not putting this on you, is we do have security issues with people taking photographs of like the front of our building or the building over there or those types of stuff with everything that's going on in the world. So that's one of the reasons why you get talked to and people get nervous about people taking pictures is they don't know what you're doing it for. Does that make sense?
I don't have a problem with anyone talking to me. I have a problem with
Can you-
people misrepresenting their authority.
Am I misrepresenting anything so far?
You know, the security guards, yes. And to some small degree, and I'm not trying to make an issue of this, but to some small degree, Deputy Vivian indicated that there were ordinances prohibiting this, and there are not to my knowledge.
I actually think there are, but to my knowledge, right offhand, I can't tell you what they are. But Brett O'Rourke is a facility manager.
Right.
He does stuff around here. He's not law enforcement. He doesn't know. So
Right.
he's not the end all of what to do or what to say. He's kind of in charge of those guys,
Yeah.
but he's not in charge of us.
I would say that the First Amendment and Supreme Court precedent decisions would be the end all of all this. And the court has ruled on many occasions that that taking photo and videos in a public place is
To an extent.
Well,
can you take pictures of entrances to the military bases? No, you can't.
if it's from a public sidewalk, yes.
Possibly. It depends on how things are going because there's a lot of times that all stops. I used to work as an MP. So
Okay.
we used to kick people out all the time.
I don't.
That is a theoretical thing for you and I talking about. That's all.
I agree.
But
There's a lot of people that go out and test that. Those.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Area 51, those types
Well,
of stuff.
Area 51 is so big that even if you went up to it, you probably wouldn't see anything, no matter what you
I'm just
photographed.
using that as
anyway.
hypothetical.
But that's a good hypothetical. I
Okay.
understand.
So
yeah.
here's my question to you. Is
Yeah.
How long are you going to run the camera for, if you don't mind me asking?
Maybe a few minutes. Just get a few shots and then move beyond my way. I've got other things to do. I plan on going to a couple of retail outlets. I got some shopping to do.
Okay.
And that's about it.
The only reason why I'm asking is, like I said, if you have people coming in and out of the courtroom that are doing private business, it makes them really nervous.
Okay.
Okay.
I see people going in and out. They're not looking twice at me.
Oh no, they do. They do.
Well, maybe
Believe me,
they
I will guarantee you they do. I've worked in here a lot of times, and they get really nervous when people are even taking selfies. They'll say stuff to us. They may walk by you and just not say anything, but there are people who get nervous about it. That's
Some
all.
people would. I'm not going to argue with you about that. I would like to say, and I'm not trying to be argumentative, that even if it does make people nervous,
You still have a First Amendment,
I still have that First
and
Amendment
I'm not
right.
disagreeing with you.
And I do have a problem with being threatened to have my camera confiscated, to being told that there's a judge's order when it doesn't exist.
I'm
I
not
had
sure
to
if
go
there is
down
or
to the
not.
courthouse. I had to try to see Brett. Brett wasn't in. I tried to call somebody, didn't get
We
my
can't get a
call
hold of
returned.
Brett. We can't get a hold of him. When I
Well,
want
I
him,
did.
can't.
I
I mean, you
this morning.
did.
Yeah,
which was lucky.
fortunately. Yeah, I guess I was.
And that's
I'm
what
sure
I'm
he's a
saying.
busy man. I'm sure he's
He
a busy
is.
man. Yeah.
So I'm not
Yeah.
trying to say anything like
Yeah.
that, but I'm just giving you a heads up on it.
Okay.
We can't get a hold of him half the time we need him.
Yeah.
So, if you would, sir, I think they've got about another 15 or 20 minutes, maybe a little bit more, until the jury comes out. Maybe 45
Okay.
minutes. If you can finish till then, I would greatly appreciate it. It'd be a favor to me.
I would happily do that, and I'm familiar with the rules. I read the rules. I can't photograph jurors, and there's good reason for that. And if I somehow do by accident, I have to blur them out.
And that's why I'm talking to you.
Right. And I read this, and I have every intention of abiding by it. I have no ill will. I have no ill intent.
And I'm
You
going
know?
to do some check about it because I don't know. I don't remember about the
Okay.
rules. Like I said,
Right. Well, I got them. You want to check? I got them here.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is what the rules say sometimes is different than what's on there. And I'm going to trust you if it say it doesn't. But I got to look too.
I'm not quite sure I understand what you're saying. The rules are different from.
No, what
the
I'm
rules?
saying is I don't know if that's the newest one. I don't know any.
It's the
I've
latest
been
one
gone-
from their site. You know,
I have been
so-
gone for over 2 months. But the latest
Okay.
one from their site doesn't mean it's the latest rules.
Okay. Well.
You know how the
okay.
government works.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it works. It's slow to get everything up there.
Right.
So,
But even if there was a rule, I mean, when you're outside the court, then you get into constitutional issues and blah
there
blah
is,
blah.
but if the court
so-
tells me I got to do something, I got to do something.
Right, and I
I'm
don't want any
stuck with
trouble
that.
with the court either. So that's why I took the time to find the rules.
No, I appreciate
And then once
you doing
I
the
found
background
the
check.
rules, and
I
I got a
appreciate
hold of Brett, which I was probably lucky to get a hold of him.
You were.
He basically said, no, there's no order. All you gotta do is just look at the rules, and the only restriction about outside is within 50 feet of two particular courtrooms,
North and south, and then
which
the courtrooms.
is for
The downstairs ones, and I forget
Rule
the numbers of them now.
21.3, courtrooms 14 and 15.
Yes,
So,
and they're not here.
and they're not here.
So
So there we are.
I don't know how much longer the juror is going to be in there. That's one of the reasons why I brought that up.
Okay.
Is they're going to be coming out fairly soon. I don't know when. That's not my courtroom right now.
Okay.
Okay, so if you could, 5-10 minutes more, please, as a
Okay.
favor to me.
Okay. Can I ask you one favor, sir?
Sure.
Can you please tell security not to threaten to take people's cameras away?
I'll
Not-
talk to them.
Okay.
But I don't have any control over them. They are not my employees.
Okay.
So-
who would I talk to about them?
I don't know. They just changed companies, so I don't know.
The what companies?
They just changed companies.
Oh, they just changed it. Well, it's First Security. I went and looked them up. I assume I would call them, but I mean,
Probably.
yeah. But
So anyway,
I'm just glad you were able to clear that up. You know,
Okay.
and I just want to make it clear. I'm just a gentleman out here taking some pictures. I take pictures of all kinds of things. It's it's part of my job. It's also a hobby I have, and I just like it.
So are you doing-
I got a nice camera here. So
are you doing this story? Now it's just curiosity.
Yeah,
You
go
don't have to
ahead.
tell me. There's nothing.
Okay.
So are you doing the story for a blog? Do you do an AP? Are you doing it just to see if
I'm
you
not-
can get it going? What are you doing?
I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. Yet. I haven't even written the story. It's just like
Okay.
right now I'm just gathering content. Like for example, I was out in front of the federal building. They said, "Oh, Code of Federal Regulations can't do it."
Feds are a lot different than state.
But I got a copy of that too. They were wrong too. In fact, in 2010, a guy was outside of the federal courthouse in New York City. I'm not going to make a long story of this.
No, that's okay.
He got arrested. They took it to court. As part of the settlement, they had to send, a part of the settlement was, DHS sent out a memo to everybody saying it is totally legal to take
Wow.
photography outside of federal buildings.
I'm surprised.
So,
that one surprises me. I got to say, because the feds do a lot of things a lot different. But
Oh yeah, they do. They do. I don't know if I have a copy of that with me
That's
right
okay,
now.
I'll trust
I
you
might.
on it.
But yeah, it's worth looking into, and if you're interested, that is. But
actually, I am because it might come up again.
Okay, yeah, and again, this is about federal buildings. But that's a 2010 decision.
Okay.
And it was a document which ultimately got declassified, and now it's all over the internet, and you can get it as a PDF. So, anyway, thanks for taking the time.
Not a problem. What's your first name?
I'd rather not give my name right now. And
I'm Troy. That's all. That's why I was saying that.
Pleasure to meet you.
I wasn't trying
You
to.
can call me Matthew.
Matthew for. I wasn't going to take notes on else. I just want to know who I was talking to. That's all.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm only going to be here a couple minutes. I don't want to be here when the jurors get out. If I see a bunch of people coming out, I'm going to split. So,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Have a great day.
Me unless you ask.
I could.
Ask me if you want to take a picture of me.
That's not true, sir.
Yes.
Under what law?
No, under my law and shit, because you're taking a picture of me. Why?
Because I feel like it, and you're
No,
going
you
to.
don't take no picture of me. Man.
Yes, I can, sir. Ask.
I will press charges against you.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
No,
Get the fuck out of here.
no.
You want me to come out there and fucking break your face?
You'll go to jail if you do.
I don't give a shit.
Well, I guess you don't give a shit then.